So leads me on quite well to the next one. When you do listen for tracks for the label, is there anything particular that you listen out for when you're thinking of signing something?
Party.
I
don't. I listen to. I've got my ears open and just listen to see if it's something that grabs me.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, as the label shows already, we've had things in there that have had ragga samples in. We've had things that are a bit more. I don't know. The Henchman thing was a bit more on the techie Euro side of. I just. No, there is no policy with me really. If it's a good record and it works, that's what I'm about.
Brilliant.
I'm not in it for the fashion. Certain producers got to make it, or it's got to come from a certain label. I just don't think that makes the scene grow, to be honest. And I think it's being very narrow-minded.
Yeah.
And it's just, I like a bit more of a challenge than, some people like Safety Town. And I know a load of people that wouldn't play that Black and Gold thing that I played in there tonight because it's in the charts.
Yeah.
What a load of rubbish, you know what I mean? It's just. It's a good record, it works, and that's what I'm about. I mean, people's going mad to it. Some places, some people might not like it, but you can't make everyone happy, And a DJ, I suppose, will never ever make everyone happy because everyone's got different styles of taste,
The next one, actually, you've been doing this for a long time now, so for any budding bedroom DJs, producers who are just starting out, have you got any tips that they should listen to?
I get asked it a lot, and compared to when I started DJing, now it makes me sound like a right old bastard. No, but when I started DJing back in like '87, DJs were hard to come by.
Right.
You didn't have the kind of what you've got going on now. I mean, that's like 21 years ago. Jesus Christ, I'm so old. No, I started young. No, but you didn't, and the kind of, I suppose, the fight for. There's a lot more people now. It ain't going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
It didn't happen overnight to any of us. Cole Cox, it most probably did. No, he did. He done this thing one day on 3 decks at a Sunrise gig, and the next day it was like everything changed. But even though Cole had been at it for ages, it ain't going to happen overnight. You've got to be determined. If people think that it's just going to happen by, you have to send demos to people like this dude over here, and you have to go and get the flyers and make, because what you do, I used to send demos to promoters, even if they don't answer you back. You've got to leave that name in their head, that if something does happen anywhere and someone says, "Wow, you should have heard this dude," he remembers that name.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's quite hard to give tips on. I mean, there's a lot of determination involved. If people think that it's like, wow, at the end of this year, it ain't about that.
No.
And I think certain people that I've met, they want to get into it for the wrong reasons.
Sure.
I want to be famous, and dude. If that's why you want to play records, you're doing the wrong job.
Yeah.
We all started doing this because we loved playing records. Me and Groove had gone do 5 hours and get 25 quid each back in the day, and be happy with it, and then we'd leave and go and buy records with it. I think that's the difference between a lot of people. It seems to be money based now.
Yeah, sure.
If you love it, you end up doing it. I do a job that I love, and I don't really work.
Yeah.
Because you love it. It doesn't seem like work if you love it. If you're just going to be in it to be famous and make loads of money, you're not in it for the right reason, I don't think. And you will end up hating it because it ain't really what you want to do. You just want the fame, and I couldn't give a. I'm not in it for the fame.
Brilliant. Speaking of money, the music industry's been really badly hurt by the whole file sharing, illegal download thing.
Yeah, hang them all.
At the same time,
hang them all, burn them, hang them off the bridge. Set them all. Everyone who downloads records for free.
Yeah, that's kind of answered that one. I was going to say at the same time, the internet's given a lot more people access to music generally.
It does, but it doesn't matter what you say. If someone does a job, they need to be paid for it.
Right.
I'm down with the internet. Don't get me wrong. I'm down with people that don't want to go onto things like iTunes and give over 85p.
Yeah.
and support, because you know, if you follow it down the road, it ends up with no music industry.
Right.
Radio stations end up going, because all right, they're on MP3s now, but if it gets to the point where an artist ain't going in the studio, you ain't got an MP3 of that artist. So I think they have to look at the long chain. It will be stopped, I think.
Yeah.
It's got to start getting policed,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because it's killing the industry, and they need to look at the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
You're not talking about rental companies, you're talking about radio stations, nightclubs. There's a long chain of events in the music industry. The record industry is just one of them.
Yeah.
If the radio ain't got records to play, they ain't got no radio station.
Yeah.
You know, it is. You know, I think people have to look at it a bit deeper than just not giving Sony or EMI, like, you know, some money, because that ends up going to the artists that they represent, and then it ends up. I'm not down with it.
Sure. Okay, last one. It's the one I ask everybody. It's the dreaded scene question. How do you think drum and bass is doing generally at the moment?
Honestly,
Yeah.
not good.
Okay. Could you?
I'm an honest person.
Yeah, appreciate it. Could you?
A lot of people
qualify
mostly tell you. I just think it lost a bit of direction. I just personally think it needs a bit more heart and soul back in it again. I just think it got a bit cold and a bit, I don't know, just something's missing for me still. It's still, I still love doing it, and I still love the parties, but I just think musically, I just think there could be a bit more art and soul, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. I mean, I just always thought drum and bass has always just been about like no boundaries, and it just seems like you kind of got a lot of people trying to be like G-Dub, or you got people trying to rip off Pendulum, or I just don't think the scene needs it, to be honest. It just needs a bit more originality.
Yeah.
You know, you've got G-Dub, you've got Hazard, you've got Pendulum. You don't want to be a carbon copy of any of them people.
Sure.
To me, and I just think sometimes when you get people doing that because there's a next new best thing, it just waters the scene down.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it needs more people like Shire and a few more original people. You know.
Definitely.
Lastly,
yeah. Then, what's next for you?
Oof, don't know. I'd like to get into, personally, I'd like to get into sitting on the side of a film set and writing a film score.
Right.
That was cool. That was actually an effect.
That's the first time it's ever happened.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like. I mean, you know, that's always been a kind of something I'd want to do. And I've watched quite a few films where, you know, the music don't fit the scenes.
Sure.
So that's a goal of mine.
Brilliant.
Got a lot of ambition. Want to own a club one day. You know, you know, I'm still doing the labels. Just opened up another label. We're opening an American side of Urban Agency out in California.
Right.
So yeah, we're busy.
Excellent.
We're busy. We are proactive in the scene.
Okay, Mickey Finn, thank you very much for talking to us.
No problem, dude. You're welcome.